Hey, welcome back to No Hype Beer Review. Today we're doing my most ambitious beer review. I'm actually going to try to blindly compare these four coffee bourbon barrel aged stouts. This one has chocolate too, obviously. Um, and because what I did was so this is Lagunitas, so I put an L on the bottom. I could look over and see, oh, I'm drinking the L, and then it'll, because I have a monitor on, so I'm just trying to do everything above board. I'm gonna turn it off, and hopefully when I move the camera to show you that it's off, let's see. So I'm turning it off, and hopefully this is everything's where it should be. All right, so I can't see anything. I will turn it on once I think everything's figured out. All right, so F, W for Weyerbacher, A for Avery. So wanted to do everything live on camera, so there was no trickery. Basically, what my plan is to try to pick the four beers, and then tell you some tasting notes, and then tell you which one I prefer. So I thought that'd be would make for a pretty cool video. So I could, they're not all perfect in terms of dates and all that for proximity. For example, the Avery, because the alcohol's so high on it, the tweak is 17.5. It's actually from January of last year, so it's about a year and a half old at this point. But I like that alcohol flavor to mellow a little bit. So I'm gonna try to pour them about the same, and then I'll mix them up as I've done before. Maybe I should try to get less foam, try to make them all look the same. Dead air. It's great to have dead air. Yeah, I went back and forth like what was the best way to do this, and again I thought like on camera, so there's I'm not looking ahead or something and trying to do it shady or anything like that. Just actually had some coffee not too long ago. I had the day off, so I made breakfast for lunch, had some coffee, and about to get into it. So they're all about the same pour. I'm gonna let them. I don't know. Maybe I should let them go down a little bit before I start mixing them around. All right, away. Cool. So this is one of my favorite styles. Bourbon barrel aged stouts in general, I'm a fan of. I mean, if they're well done, obviously. Big coffee drinker, love coffee, especially cold brew lately. It's warm, so I've been making it about every other day. I make a big thing of it, drink half, and then by the next time when I'm done, I have some more ready to go. Still some head on those. So yeah, coffee in addition to the bourbon barrel aging, typically I'm a fan of. I think these three are relatively different. If I had to guess what I'll get tripped up on, Tweak and the Sunday Morning Stout are, I think, a little boozier. Again, the Tweak is a pretty high ABV. So those ones I could see myself getting mixed up, especially since the Sunday Morning Stouts from this year, not a few months ago. And then because the Tweak has a year and a half on it, some of that alcohol taste might have mellowed, so they might be more similar. But some of the coffee could have faded, so there might be some big giveaways. There might be some surprises. I'm just gonna start mixing them up. Again, I'm not math-minded enough to be able to do one of these and know which one is which. You okay, bud? My buddy Bruno's in here hanging out. I had the air conditioner going, so it's nice and cool in here. And I think he wanted to hang out in the cool. I don't know. Man, it sucks because the one has no head, and if I didn't remember which one it was, but if I had, that would have been a pretty easy cheat. So three of them have, I mean, shoot, these two are almost identical in terms of head retention at this point. It's interesting. All right, let's get into it. Definitely get alcohol aroma in here, so I'm wondering if this is maybe the Tweak or the Sunday Morning. You guys are going to see what I'm drinking or smelling and drinking, so the surprise on your end will be lessened. Definitely coffee, some smokiness in there as well. That's all coming through. Not a ton of barrel. This one's more subdued in the coffee aroma, but it's there. It's relatively sweet. This one's more like coffee ground. So this one, I'd say the aroma is a little bit better unless you really want to smell coffee. You know, I'll put them in. So this aroma so far is the best. Okay, and berry note in here for sure. So all of them, you do get the booze coming through. Maybe not specifically bourbon, but you do get the spirit, the alcohol. Yeah, in addition with the coffee and the spirit, the alcohol, you get the nice berry note. Where this one is almost just coffee ground, almost like a little bit like cigarette smoke in there too. So this best aroma to least aroma. This isn't a bad aroma. It's just kind of one note. It's like coffee and smoke, coffee and cigarettes almost. Okay, so that's the aroma. Let's get into the taste. Fudge, dark chocolate. The coffee is kind of blending with the dark chocolate. Some vanilla in there for sure. Alcohol, not overpowering at all. It's quite good. This one I get a little bit more alcohol in, a little bit more wood. Wonder if this is Sunday Morning Stout. So I'm tasting more of the bourbon, which I get in the Sunday Morning Stout. This one has even more alcohol burn. It's a little sweeter. That's interesting. Okay. This tastes like coffee a lot. All right, so that one, the aroma, that coffee with like the cigarette smokiness, the flavor is very coffee. You get some of the wood and stuff. Um, Man, also getting a little bit of palate fatigue already. Trying to distinguish between these. I should have gotten some water or something. In terms of balance, this is the best one, and it has more going on. Man, this one is so much sweeter. So it's interesting. So probably the most complex, most of the flavors going on, better aroma. This is the second best in terms of it also has a complexity where many flavors are coming through. If you like this style drier, this one relatively sweet. It's delicious. I'm trying to look up too as I'm drinking it down. I don't want to accidentally see the bottom, so I'm really trying here to keep it blind. Man, I get big coconut there too. This is gonna be a lot harder than I thought. And this huge coffee there, huge. Man, You know what's weird is I was thinking the KBS would be really simple because I'd get a lot of dark chocolate. Pretty sure. I'm really looking for that dark chocolate. I'm just surprised if the tweak would be that, the coffee be that strong still after a year and a half. Man, I'm going to get these wrong. Oops. This is tough. Doing things blind, you know, because like you try to be like, oh yeah, I'm impartial. Like, what beer am I drinking? And you see it, and you're like, oh yeah, no, I'll be fair. But when it's completely blind, it is freaking hard. Excuse me. All right. Wow, this is tough. All right, I accidentally saw this one. All right, so I'm pretty sure I'm right here. I just saw this one. All right, I'm gonna keep it how I think it is right now. All right. So this is my favorite, and I think it's Lagunitas. All right. So Lagunitas is my favorite of these four. It was also probably the cheapest of these four, and I don't know if they're ever gonna make it again. This one I accidentally saw. I know I got wrong. This is Founders. I guess because it has the second most complexity, it makes sense. Maybe some of the actual chocolate in there is coming through. So, what's this one then? Okay, so this is the I have it upside down. This is the Avery. So I had these switched, which means this better be the Weyerbacher or I did something way wrong. All right, so 2 out of 4 ain't bad. Man, and because I saw this one, I didn't want, and I knew that I had already put this here. I didn't want to go back and forth on there. If I'm being honest, I'm sure if I kept going back and forth, I don't know if I would have gotten it or not. It's sweet, you know. Okay, the backpedaling, right? I'm not going to do that. This is the sweetest one. It's also been aged a year and a half, so it does make sense that it'd be the Avery because the ABV is higher. Lend itself to some more extra sweetness because of the you know, to get the sugar, get the ABV up, you have to add the extra sugar. So I should have. I'm really happy I got two, like really happy. And the complexity thing, I'm kind of kicking myself that I wasn't like, well, this one's pretty complex. There's more stuff going on. It's not just one note. Um, I'm really surprised that the Sunday Morning Stout was last. When I just drink that straight, like not comparing to anything, I love that beer. And in years past, I've said it's better than KBS. But these are both this year's, and KBS won. And the again, I'm really kicking myself about this one though. The extra sweetness, it should have been a dead giveaway. That was foolish on my end. I'm gonna feel this. All right. Well, thanks for watching. This was cool to do, and I'm happy with the results. Turn it on. See, I didn't try to do anything fishy. Yeah. And I guess you'll need a while. Okay, so you see it's turning on. So hopefully the camera was in the right spot for all of this. I'll have to double check. They go to sleep, yeah. Okay, cool. Oh, the camera seems decent spot. So as always, thank you for watching. This was a really cool video to do. I hope it's cool to watch. I hope I still have some street cred, even though I only got half of them right. But I feel, like I said, I feel good as a beer reviewer on YouTube and like all the street cred I need. Totally understand why I got these wrong and why I should have been able to pick them out. And I think doing activities like this enhances, and I think doing things blind is just smart. And I'm glad I didn't see the label until the very end to know that was Founders and I had it wrong, because that would have been just crappy if I had seen it earlier. Okay, so again, thanks for watching, and as always, like, comment, subscribe, and most importantly, do blind verticals alone when you have the day off and no one else is home to judge you. Cheers.